Wood ash versus biochar, we now construen biodine. The shocking soil hack gardeners are sleeping on. There's a lot of hype around biochar lately. Scroll through any gardening forum and you'll see people swearing by those jet black chunks like it's gardening gold. But here's the truth I've learned through muddy hands and seasons of experimentation in the garden. You don't need an expensive kiln or a complicated biochar process to supercharge your soil. Let's get one thing straight. Biochar has its place. It's great for long-term carbon retention and soil structure, but for many home gardeners, especially those working with limited tools, tight budgets, or needing faster results, wood ash delivers real visible improvements almost instantly. While biochar focuses on structure and microbial housing, ash delivers immediate mineral nutrition and pH balancing, two things struggling soils are often desperate for. And unlike biochar, which needs charging and careful handling, ash is ready to use with just a bit of know-how. Every scoop of clean, untreated wood ash contains a rich blend of potassium, calcium, magnesium, and trace minerals. These elements don't just feed plants, they fix soil imbalances. Potassium, or K, boosts flowering, fruiting, and disease resistance. Calcium improves soil structure and helps prevent blossom end rot. Magnesium powers chlorophyll production, giving leaves that rich, healthy green. If your garden soil has become acidic, compacted, slug-ridden, or slow to produce, wood ash might just be the missing key. I've watched compacted patches come back to life, seen earthworms return, and witnessed sluggish crops suddenly push out lush growth after a measured touch of ash. One season, I noticed my cabbages were stunted, leaves pale and weak despite rich compost. Instead of running for store-bought amendments, I scraped a little sifted wood ash around half the bed as a test. Within a week, that half looked noticeably perkier. The leaves deepened in color, and pests pulled back. That's when I realized, sometimes the simplest resource is the most powerful. And that's the spirit of Soil Sage Chronicles, using what we already have to grow better with wisdom, not overwhelm. Most gardeners think ash only adds minerals, but here's where it gets interesting. Ash changes the soil environment, making it more inviting to earthworms and beneficial microbes. It raises acidic soils just enough to make nutrients more available, encourages microbial diversity by balancing pH, and repels soft-bodied pests like slugs and some fungal spores. Plus, it improves soil texture when combined with compost, reducing compaction over time. So, what does all that mean? Well, you get richer color, deeper roots, faster breakdown of organic matter, and honestly, crops that actually taste more vibrant. Too much ash can swing soil pH too far, so we apply it like a seasoning, not a main course. Here's how I integrate ash without harming my soil biology. First, sift it. You want to remove charcoal chunks or unburned debris, because fine ash breaks down and incorporates better. Second, apply before rain or watering. A light dusting on the soil surface before rainfall allows nutrients to soak in slowly rather than shocking the soil. Third, mix with compost. This is honestly my favorite technique. A sprinkle of ash in compost helps speed decomposition, reduce acidity, and produce a more mineral-rich finished compost. Alright, let's talk about targeting acid-loving areas carefully. For those garden beds showing signs of acidity, like moss growth, a sour smell, or weak plant response, dust them lightly with ash and just observe what happens. Remember, patience beats over-application every time. Now, let's dive into soil types that absolutely love wood ash. First up, heavy clay soil. Clay holds onto minerals but tends to lock them away. Ash can help break that tension, releasing nutrients while loosening the structure. Then we have sandy washed-out beds. These poor soils with low nutrient retention really benefit from ash's mineral boost, especially when paired with organic matter. And don't forget about those forest edge or shaded plots. Spaces covered in leaf litter often go acidic over time. A light ash treatment can balance the profile and bring back earthworm activity. For gardeners who want instant uptake, I like to brew what I call ash tea. Here's how you do it. Add 1 handful of sifted ash into a 10-liter bucket of water, give it a good stir and let it settle for about 24 hours. Then, use the top liquid as a quick foliar spray or a soil drench around potassium-hungry crops like tomatoes, peppers, and squash. The effect? Well, you'll notice some pretty impressive greening and flower set within days, especially in potassium-deficient soil. So, to keep things safe and effective, you'll want to avoid these common mistakes. Never combine ash with nitrogen fertilizers or fresh manure because, well, it can trigger ammonia loss. Don't dump ash in large concentrated piles, always spread it thin. Also avoid using ash around blueberries, potatoes, strawberries, and other acid-loving crops. And never use ash from treated wood, painted scraps, or trash fires. Only pure wood ash belongs in your soil. If there's one technique I want every Soil Sage Chronicles gardener to try, it's micro-dosing ash into compost layers. Here's what happens. The compost heats better, the smell improves, especially in those kitchen scrap piles. Worms migrate sooner and stay longer, and the finished compost feels more crumbly, with a richer texture. After adding ash to my compost routine, I noticed less mold, a faster breakdown, and honestly, my plants responded even better compared to compost alone. When we stop seeing ash as fire waste and start treating it as a mineral tonic for soil, everything changes. Gardening stops being a list of things to buy and starts becoming a cycle of transformation, from firewood to soil health, from leftovers to abundance. And that mindset is what Soil Sage Chronicles is all about, growing knowledge, not just plants. Biochar may get the spotlight, but ash is the quiet workhorse, fast-acting, mineral-rich, and freely available. It doesn't require tutorials or expensive setups, just respect, moderation, and observation. So next time you clean out your fire pit, don't toss that ash aside. That gray dust might be the missing link between struggling soil and thriving abundance. If this ash trick sparked some curiosity, here's your challenge. Save a jar of wood ash this week and test it in one garden bed or compost batch. Observe, compare. Then come back and share your results with our Soil Sage community. Before you go, hit subscribe, drop a comment, and share this article or video with a fellow gardener. Let's spread grounded wisdom, one garden at a time. Stay rooted, stay curious. This is Soil Sage Chronicles.